where to start or even restart with reading the Bible. These are tips from this week's podcast episode. We have 4 pictures of Jesus in the Gospels. In this week's episode, Pastor Bobby Nemeth shares a word on this topic. It is important to engage with the Bible to gain a clearer and more complete picture of Jesus. Therefore, one recommended way to start is by reading the Gospels, particularly Mark and John first, then moving to Matthew and Luke. These accounts provide varied perspectives that together offer a more holistic understanding of who Jesus is and what he represents. On this week's episode, Pastor Bobby Nemeth shares that in Mark's Gospel, we get a real good sense of the ministry of Jesus. The 4 Gospels together account for roughly 45% of the New Testament in terms of volume. Therefore, when we come to the New Testament, we come to the story of Jesus. Then the rest of the New Testament is the story of the impact that his followers had sharing the good news about him. Pastor Bobby goes on to explain that in reading the Gospels, we get to know Jesus and we get to know these 4 pictures that are painted for us. Ultimately, he says, the only way we build a complete picture of Jesus is by encountering him. The best place to encounter the one who is the image of the invisible God is by reading the story of his life and his encounter with us. And that is the topic of this week's podcast episode, seeing the complete picture. Be blessed.